Student athletes can make money while playing college sports as of 2021. I think they should stay until their degree plan is finished. Student athletes should not be allowed to get drafted until they finish getting their degree. If student athletes were to stay in college and finish their 4 years before moving on to the NBA or NFL, they would have a much better opportunity to succeed if their careers were cut short due to injury. They had a certain immaturity about themselves because of their young age and leaving college early. That could lead to other issues, or even if they couldn't perform at a high enough level to maintain their current status, or they get replaced. Statistics show that an incredible amount of players are drafted and cut in multiple sports within the first 2 years, leaving them with nothing to fall back onto later in life. Athletes' careers can get cut short due to injuries. Young athletes have an immaturity about themselves, leading to other issues on or off the field. Many athletes can't perform at a high enough level to maintain their positions and can get replaced. Much of the information I'm going to share with you today came from BleacherReport.com. Athletes' careers can get cut short due to injuries. In the NFL, in 2020, there were over 300 injuries reported throughout the season. Injuries are a part of every sport and can mean the end of careers for many athletes. With no degree in education to fall back on, life can get very difficult. Whenever drafted out of college and entering the professional stage, keep in mind there are players there who have multiple years of muscle growth and an overall age gap, leading to a serious likelihood of increasing injuries for the new players in their undefined bodies. These are late 20s and men who are in their 30s and have many more years considered to these young players getting drafted, that they don't have the same amount of time and, muscle mass compared to these other people. Young athletes have an immaturity about themselves, leading to other issues. It's no secret that the younger that someone is, the more likely they are to be immature, and that is large part of many young athletes' stories. Many times young draft picks are given large amounts of money for the time, and they don't know what to do with it, and they tend to act irrationally. For instance, Shaquille O'Neal, an NBA basketball player drafted at 20 years old to the NBA, and spent his first paycheck buying 3 Mercedes-Benz, spending over $300,000. Now, for whatever reason, he spent $300,000 immediately gaining his first check. Kind of immature, kind of no knowledge regarding the money aspect. The youth and inexperience with money and power, they've ruined a lot of young players' careers and ultimately their lives. Having an education also helps with the issue of immaturity and just a plain lack of knowledge about the world and about life. Many athletes can't perform at a high enough level to either maintain their position, or they just end up getting replaced by either younger or more experienced players. In the NFL, each team is only allowed to have a total of 53 players. Every year during the NFL draft and free agency, signings bring in hundreds of players who get let go or replaced. This leaves those who didn't finish their degree high and dry with no backup plan once they're out of the NFL or out of just any sport in particular. 0.00075% is the number of student athletes from high school that make it pro someday. That is a shockingly low number, and to put it in perspective, there's a better chance of someone getting struck by lightning than making the pros statistically. In the long run, professional sports have a shelf life, and while the knowledge and education you receive from college will last you throughout your life, sports inevitably has an end. Colleges have now allowed college athletes to receive compensation and money while being a college athlete, which has just changed this year of 2021, which was at one point a very, very big concern, and wanting student athletes to try and leave these college atmospheres as fast as possible to collect the money. But now that they've changed that, it has opened up a lot more doorways. So in conclusion, athletes can get their careers cut short due to injuries. Young athletes have an immaturity about themselves leading to other issues. And many athletes can't perform at a high enough level to maintain their position and inevitably get replaced. Student athletes should be forced to stay in. If they choose the college route, they should be forced to stay the 4 years and try to get their degree. So if for some reason something does happen, they always have that to lean back on, and they have an education. And especially with the new money aspect, you can live a successful life and play college football or college basketball, whatever the sport, and still and not be worried about chasing the money and, well, not abandoning your education. After all, you only get to be young once, so you should enjoy it. Stay in school, and I think their chance will come. Thank you.